How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to Manatee Gaming. So with the new archaeology update, I just made a new video, as you guys saw in the last one, where we were able to make a crazy amount of money, honestly, for being so AFK, so low level, which is really, really nice. And I wanted to make this video really quickly because I thought this one might help out quite a few people. This is not a money-making method, but this is just kind of like a really helpful tip for people that are, especially if you're doing a lot of archaeology right now. This is hopefully going to help you out quite a bit. At the end of the last video, I did mention like a small part of this, and that is that if you are doing the archaeology stuff, so if you're doing the new items from archaeology and doing the collections, what I highly recommend doing right now with the release of it happening right now is just make each collection that you need, so that way you're done with those collections, and then any extras, just put them into your bank and then do them later. As you can see, I've got all these sitting here for later. I've also got a bunch of other ones I haven't restored that are just sitting here for later as well. And the reason why is because if you look at what some of these take, like the Halix Cube, and you click on Halix Cube, you can see that it does cost you 40 carbon black and then 28 orgone. These are really expensive materials right now. They are far, far higher than they should be. So I'm gonna go ahead and throw this right back in here. But if we look at my Grand Exchange, you can see I sold my carbon blacks for 9,500. Yesterday during the video and stuff, I was able to sell them for like 9,900, and I was selling like the cadmium red for like 17,780 during that video, and then I ended up doing like 17,769 to get rid of the rest of them. Orgone itself was like 11,499. I think before that Orgone was like I'm not sure if it's still in here, but it was like 12,000. It's a really good idea to just not do all of the restoring right now, even if you need the XP. It's because these are so expensive right now. The carbon black normally is 4,000. It's actually even below this usually. It's been creeping up because of the prices being so high, but almost 10,000 each is ridiculous. That means that the cost is like over double what it should be to restore these things. Now, here is something I wanted to make this video for. This is like the main thing. If you've been doing a lot of archaeology in the past, like as you can see, I've got 200 million archaeology. I've also done a lot of archaeology past 200 million. And so what I have in my inventory is I've got in my material storage. So I'm gonna go ahead and quick teleport to my material storage. This is a really great thing to do right now. This is a really, really wonderful way to make a bunch of extra money. This is not going to be as much money later. That's why I'm really recommending you do it right now. That's why I thought it felt like it was probably worth making a video to help you out. If you go over to material storage and click on store, then you'll be able to see all of your materials that you have in here. As you can see, I've got like 10,000 third age irons. I've got over 7,000 of these animal furs. I have a lot of these things, and it's not just the items that are being used for the new area. The main items that are going up for materials right now are the items for the area, but then also the different color boxes like the cobalt blue and stuff, because people are getting tetra compasses and they want to be able to do those tetra compasses. So those are the main things going up, but a lot of other things are also a lot higher too. So a really great idea is just to go in and just clean out your storage. You can always rebuy these for less later. You can always regather them, but you're not going to get as much money as you would get right now. So it's a really great idea to go ahead and just use them up, like just sell them all off. Well, not use them, actually don't use them, sell them all off. Also, if you're unsure, hey, do I even have that many materials to be worth going and do this? If you click on your wealth evaluator down here, it'll show you at the bottom of the wealth evaluator. And I'm not sure when they updated this, but I'm really happy they updated this again and made it a little bit more clear. But if we look right here, we've got on the wealth evaluator miscellaneous. So as you see, miscellaneous 507.6 mil is what I've got on my miscellaneous. And then if I click on my material storage here and I click store, I'm gonna go ahead and withdraw these Tyrian purples. We'll withdraw these. We'll withdraw these imperial steels. And now if we go back in here to here, it shows 482.8. So basically, if this number is really, really high, then you probably have a ton of materials in your storage. Yesterday, this number was like 800 million for me. So I've sold off quite a bit of things. And I was like, hey, you know what? I should actually just make a quick video and show people like, how to, that this is a good idea. Not really how to, but anyway, this is a good idea. So I'm gonna go withdraw all this stuff right here. I've got this vulcanized rubber left over, but it's okay. Now, if I look at my miscellaneous, it now says 48 mil, and that's probably like a mixture of some other random things. Like, I don't know, I think that also includes like your chest from like the Devourers and stuff like that. So that's probably what the rest of that's from, but I'm gonna go ahead and teleport back home now. And then what you're going to want to do to be able to get the most money out of this. So I would highly recommend you don't just throw it in there and start selling it, because if you do that, then chances are you are just going to miss out on some money. So let's go ahead and deposit one I've got like not very many of, like this cobalt blue. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to look at one of these in my inventory. So let's say Warforged bronze. So what I would do is I go in here and I would do Warforged bronze. And I'm going to instant buy one. So instant buying this is the same thing as price checking for flipping, literally. You're just going to type in the name of it. You're going to spam it up as high as you can, and then you just buy one. It's probably not going to buy for this number. It almost never does. It's just going to buy for whatever like the highest amount you possibly could sell it for at that moment. So I'm going to go and click on this. And then as you see, 87.50. So these haven't really changed much. They're just like a solid 87.50. I'm gonna go withdraw that as a note. That way it goes back in here. But if we look at another one, let's look at these Tyrian purples. Let's see if these have gone up a lot. Tyrian purple. And then I'm gonna go ahead and put an instant buy on this. And then boom, 75.30. So those are going down a bit more, but also it's good to know though that if I was to go and check the pricing on these things, then it would probably show me that the history of these are like less than this number anyway, which is why they're like kind of going down a bit right now. But regardless though, right now is a time you're going to get the most money out of this stuff. The other option too, and you could do this, although I'd say it's probably not going to pay out as much as doing this right now, would be to wait until double XP and then sell stuff off there. As you can see right here, I've got this dragon medal that isn't moving too. So if you have like some of these in here that haven't moved for a bit, then just go ahead and reprice check it. So I'm gonna go ahead and just buy a new one. And 10,824. So, unfortunately, the dragon medal has kind of leveled back off now. It is just basically right at mid now. And I was selling those for 13.3K yesterday. Ugh, that's rough on that one. The Armadillion yellow. Let's see where the Armadillion yellow. Armadillion. Okay, Lian. Yellow. I'm gonna go ahead and buy one of these. Those were 16,000 on the mid, and they're right at mid. But if we, like I said, once again, the prices don't seem to be as high as they were yesterday, but they're still really high though, because these numbers are higher than what they were before this update happened. You have to remember though that the update happened like a few days ago now, and people have also been buying up materials in order to kind of like stock up for the update. So when we see these things buying at mid or whatever, and some of these are still going above mid, like cadmium red, like in the video that was recently posted, it's like 12,654, and then I just sold all these for 17,749. So some of them are dramatically higher, some of them are like basically right at mid, but either way, these are going to be higher than what you normally would be getting for them. 31.89 for these, 30.39 is what the mid is. And then once again, if we look at the previous history of this before the event was announced, before the update actually was announced, they were probably like 2,500 or something like that. So right now is a great time to just get rid of all this stuff. That way you can just rebuy it. And if you were like me with like 800 million worth of materials, then yeah, I just made a quick 800 mil that I probably would not have made it before. If I would have been going by the prices of items before this update was released, then I probably would have been looking at like 550, maybe 600 mil. So I was able to cash out an extra 200 to 250 million by doing it now rather than waiting. There was one, I'll actually show you really quickly too. This was actually probably one of the best ones I sold off. I don't even know why I had so many of them. But let's see, soapstones are pretty good at 38.6 mil. Where is it? Oh man, hopefully it's not already gone. Is it already gone? Yeah, it's already gone. This is what I get for doing too many price checks and stuff. There was an item, one of my materials, I was able to make like 300 million is like what I sold off of the materials. They were like so far above the mid price. I don't remember which one it was. It was one of the colors. But anyway, hopefully this is helpful for you. Just go ahead and just go dump all your crap. And then that way that when the prices do come back down, as we see, some of them are already starting to come back down. As they do come back down, you can just rebuy them anyway and then save money and also make some more money right now. Anyway, guys, I will see you guys in the next video. Have a good one.